a new CD, as I've already mentioned. It's called Jazzthing. Well, finally.
Finally.
Yeah.
Took 30 years.
I know. But you've always wanted to do it, but when you make so much money playing the rock and roll, it's, you know, I guess...
I'm looking at a lower tax bracket now.
Yeah. My boy. So what was finally the trigger?
The time seemed right. I had done a jazz song every couple of years, either with the Guess Who or Bachman Turn Overdrive, and I just accumulated a lot. And touring with the Guess Who the last couple of years, the whole Reformed band, it's a lot of fun, but people just want to hear the hits, and I just accumulated a whole bunch of these jazz songs. And in listening to the Lenny Breau thing to plan his next release, I just said, I'm going to do this. I'm going to have Lenny be on it with me, and we'll do this together, kind of thing. So it worked out really well.
It's wonderful that that kind of thing can be done. I guess Matt Cole and his kid.
Yes, that was an inspiration. Natalie
singing with her father,
with her dad. Yes.
Yeah. So now we can all do it and make them live again. Lenny Breau. You still have to explain who he is.
Lenny Breau was probably one of the greatest guitar players in the world. He moved to Winnipeg at the age of 16, and I was 15. I just discovered guitar. I'd seen Elvis on TV and wanted to play that
thing,
6-string thing, and get away from the 4-string thing I was playing. And hung out with Lenny Breau for a couple of years, and the stuff he taught me has lasted me all my life. I've had such a great life in music, just from that kindergarten couple of years with him on guitar. And thought I would preserve his legacy and started Guitar Archives record labels and seek out and get tapes from all fans of his and releases. Probably got 6 CDs out of his now. I'm doing a master video class that's coming out. And it was just really, I thought, really cool. And I felt his presence when I was listening to Summertime. I was listening hundreds of hours of it to try to find a song that I could be there, but not mask it with me.
And not try to copy.
Let it be him. It just fit in like we were alone in his bedroom where I used to hang out with him all the time. And I found Summertime, and we did that, and it's one of the thrills to me on that album is to have him there with me.
It feels great.
With me. Okay.
I know what you mean. Yeah. I think it's quite funny that you called Guess Who, BTO, a reformed band, not a reformed band.
Right.
Some of you are reformed.
Some of us.
Yes. you didn't
we try.
Yeah, I know. Are you going to do that ever again? I mean, who knows?
We're looking at 05, something with the Guess Who again. We just got a call to play in LA, and we email each other a lot and trying to put it together, but we all have different things going on now. We put everything on hold for the last 3 or 4 years to do the touring with the Guess Who, and it's been really great fun, but it was time to do something scary and challenging and something that maybe might not work. You know that feeling?
You care, though? I mean, I know obviously you care.
No, it's a great feeling to feel like I'm 16, I'm in my first band, I'm playing, and will they like this? You know, that, because I kind of lost it.
Well, you have been sort of reborn in a way. I mean, you're a different person. You're a shadow of your former self, and you're just jumping around like a kid again.
I have a lot of energy.
Yeah, isn't that the best?
Yeah.
So this thing has worked out. This slimming trick.
Oh yeah. Speaking of worked out, it's probably about 2 hours a day working out.
Still?
Yeah.
Well.
Every morning.
Really?
It's become my new thing.
Oh God.
And my wife joins me in it, and we just every morning it's up at 6:30 or 7, and it's 2 hours of riding and stretching and kvetching and all those other things.
Ooh, I guess I'm going to have to face it one day, but I think I'll just put it off.
There's no other way.
There is no other way. Now, you're going to tour this, and you're going to play clubs.
I'm going to play jazz clubs and a couple
Where? There aren't that many.
No, the Top of the Senator, which is the jazz place in Toronto. Here in Vancouver, the Cellar. What's it called? Birdland in Edmonton.
Yes.
They each have a little jazz society and jazz club, and it's going to be really fun to go there and take this music there. And like by the time the tour is done, I'll feel comfortable playing it because it's...
You don't even know the words yet, do you?
It's scary to do like 12 or 14 new songs in a night. Normally when you're in a band, you learn one new song and that's your big tension thing during the night. You're playing everything you're comfortable with and then comes the new song. But to do 10 or 12 of them together is really an incredible feeling, like, because I haven't had it since I was a teenager in the early Guess Who.
But apart from Lenny, who are your... Sometimes you sound a bit like Chet Baker when you're singing.
Well, Lenny Breau introduced me to the two Chets, Chet Atkins and Chet Baker. He said, listen to Chet and play everything he plays, and listen to Chet Baker and play the way he sings, and listen to the spaces, because he's a trumpet player, so he's used to playing this 12, 14-note section and then taking a breath, and that's the way Chet Baker sings. And so There's a tune on the album I just copied directly from Chet Baker, I Saw You Last Night and Got That Old Feeling, and my front guitar solo is his trumpet solo. But that's what Lenny used to do, sit there and learn Chet Baker trumpet solos because of the phrasing. And he'd say, what you play is just as important as what you don't play. Give that little space, and then what you play tastes better. You know, when you come in the house and somebody's cooking, you have to wait till you just can't go and dive at the stove, or they say, sit down and we got to present this properly. So the waiting kind of makes it taste better.
Yeah, the silences are sometimes the anticipation. You have a clarinet. Who? You don't hear clarinets anymore.
No, I thought that'd be really cool. You know, I grew up with my mom and dad kind of still jitterbugging in the living room to Benny Goodman and Dorsey Brothers and all that kind of really cool stuff in the early Lionel Hampton, and I was very familiar with it all. And I just didn't want this to be a guitar album. So I pulled back, and a lot of the songs I let the keyboard player, Chris Jestrin, take the lead. I had Curtis Stigers, great sax player from New York, who has his own jazz career, played on Rose-Colored Glasses, and to get the clarinet on it was just, why not?
Maybe
it just gives it a different texture.
No kidding. I couldn't believe that I was hearing a clarinet.
That's why I put it as the first song. People are expecting like a BTO, blue collar, looking up for #1 kind of thing, and I put this in and just to throw.
It changes the whole feeling.
For a loop, yeah.
Well, maybe we'll just see it in Billboard magazine.
Well, that would be a really great thrill.
Yeah. What about airplay?
I don't know what kind of airplay there is these days. I didn't do this for airplay. I did it for my own as a challenge. To learn new things, to stretch the mind, which becomes pretty much lazy after a while, and to just do whole new and learn playing. I sit down literally and practice 1 or 2 hours a night of playing guitar to rise to the level of these other musicians that I was recording with. So it's been a real challenge and a real stretch.
So we're now talking 4 hours a day occupied with
There's a couple of
something or other.
Yes.
And then there's 4 hours with the practice. So that's 4 hours. Gee whiz. And then you got to sleep or something, you know.
The sleep gets cut down.
Yeah. What happened when you went to your high school thing and they named something after you?
They named
They threw you out.
They named a new performing arts center after
you.
Yes.
And did you say that you'd been tossed out?
It was kind of the joke. They kind of knew that I had been asked to leave school or thrown out. And
why were you thrown out?
That was my 2 years with Lenny Bro. And I learned everything in guitar and just learned nothing in school. I flunked grade 11, I flunked grade 12, so I repeated those years in high school. And to be honest, I got caught at the back of the room during English literature by the teacher. And a friend and I would play hangman. You know that game where you draw?
Yes, I do.
We sat at the back of the room.
I got an A in that.
So I mean, I'd hold up an A and he'd put no, and play. But every time we played hangman in this literature class, we put the date on it and who won. So at the end of the year, we'd have a grand winner. So when the teachers found us playing this and looked through our book, we had played hangman every single class of his in English lit, and he just threw us out.
Except had enough of you. I'm not wasting my time with you turkeys.
And he carried a little whip and he'd hit the desk. He was like a commander kind of guy, you know.
Did he ever grow up to know what you did?
No, he passed away. But the principal named Ron Bailey came to Brandon University 2 years ago. We got our honorary doctorate.
I remember that. Yeah.
Doctor of Music, and at this dedication in West Kelowna, because he was the vice principal, and he came and he literally had tears in his eyes. He said, "Boy, if you had listened to me,
you'd be nowhere.
You'd never be here. You'd be nowhere today."
You'd be nowhere.
Right.
I think this is such a handsome art, but I guess we'll see this in May, the real thing.
May the 4th.
Yeah, this is all I have. This is all I have to say. All right, Jazzthing is the name of the CD. Another tune from it in a minute. Randy Bachman.